Rafif. I'm a third-generation Palestinian refugee from occupied Palestine, soon to be free Palestine. Some of you might know me from a poem I wrote called We Teach Life. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre. Today, my body was a TV'd massacre made to fit into sound bites and word limits, and I wish I could wail over their bodies. I wish I could run barefoot in every refugee camp and hold every child, cover their ears so they wouldn't have to hear the sound of bombing for the rest of their lives the way that I do, because we teach life, sir. It is difficult to find words anymore. And it is not just the televised massacres and the numbers of deaths. It is the life-changing injuries, the flesh and bones burnt and broken, targeting hospitals and now even targeting incubators. The trauma we will all live with. It is also not just the women and the children, our men, our shabab, every one of them, a life, a moon, an entire constellation. They have lifted the world on their shoulders for a month now, comforting babies, saving lives. They are no less worthy. So I will say that we will never forget that this ugliness, this brutality, this calculated cruelty by Israel was unleashed and cheered on by the British government, by the US government, and by the EU. And we will not forget that the so-called opposition in this country, who think they're just going to get into office by being the most boring opposition in history, gave the green light. And on top of that, they want us to be silent. They want to ban marches. They want Gaza alone. But Gaza and Palestine will never, ever, ever be alone. And we might forget that. But don't forget that in every city around the world, from Amman to Malaysia to Mexico, people are marching for justice. So let me stay here when I look at this beautiful gathering for justice. Let me say this as I look at all of you. Let your voices be louder than the sound of artillery over Gaza. Let your voices